Kick-ass facts, pew pew pew. Lewis Carroll, who wrote Alice in Wonderland, was also a brilliant mathematician. In chapter 2, Alice says, let me see, 4 times 5 is 12, and 4 times 6 is 13, and 4 times 7 is, oh dear, I shall never get to 20 at this rate. Sounds like nonsense, but Alice could be multiplying in base notation. 4 times 5 is 12 in base 18. 4 times 6 is 13 in base 21. 4 times 7 can be 14 in base 24. I have no idea what any of that means. Silphium, a member of the giant fennel family, I love fennel, was used by ancient women during the 7th century BCE for contraception. The plant's usage as birth control was so effective it was commonly known and very widespread. Ancient texts recorded its use as a contraceptive agent and abortive purposes. Within 40 years of Silphium's discovery, it became increasingly rare due to over-harvesting. All attempts at cultivation have failed. Peanut butter is now widely used as an instrument in the fight against acute malnutrition. I also love peanut butter. For decades, milk-based formulas were used, but they spoiled. Fewer than 40% of patients fully recovered, and nourishment had to be bacteria-resistant, easy to make from locally sourced ingredients, and contain sufficient fats and nutrients to jolt the system out of a shutdown. Project Peanut Butter was tested and born. The recovery rate is now at an average of 90%. They've treated more than 1 million children since 2004. In 1989, a scuba diver was sucked up by an intake pipe of a nuclear power plant, dragged over 1,600 feet, and deposited in one of the reactor cooling pods. He lived. In Ireland, one can sign up for an inexpensive, mutually beneficial arrangement for owners who need minders for their dogs, and dogless folk who loves dogs but prefer to love them in a part-time sort of way. Thomas Wetters, also known as Thomas Wadhouse, born in Yorkshire, England, circa 1730, was a performer in various circus sideshows in the mid-18th century. Wetters is chiefly known for having the world's longest nose, allegedly measuring 7.5 inches long. Arifa Sultana gave birth to a boy in late February 2019. After a normal delivery, the mother and baby were released from hospital. Less than 4 weeks later, she was admitted to a different hospital. She came to the hospital complaining of lower abdominal pain. Doctors performed an ultrasound and realized that she was pregnant with twins. Sultana had 2 uteruses. Uteruses? A condition called uterus didelphys, maybe. Her first baby and the twins were conceived and grown in separate wombs. She did not get an ultrasound before the first delivery, so it was missed. They were able to quickly perform a C-section to deliver the twins, a boy and girl. All 3 children and mother are safe and healthy. A uterus didelphys is a rare congenital abnormality, and the occurrence of twin gestation has an overall incidence rate of 1 in a million, according to the National Institutes of Health. For it not to be discovered before birth is even less common.